it is usually the case, isn't it, that the student get to decide which tutor that they want to work with. But does it go the other way around, where a tutor gets to decide or choose which student that they want to work with? So in this video, we will be talking about what are the 5 reasons that the tutor may want to choose their student, and what are some of the considerations behind it. So let's begin. So the first reason that a tutor may want to choose their student, it is due to personality clash. So a tutor, when during a demo lesson, he finds that a particular student is difficult to handle due to their different personality traits. So how should the tutor decide in that respect? Well, each tutor needs to decide on their own, but some of the considerations that might help a tutor to decide is that, imagine if the tutor is able to take care of that student, wouldn't that make the tutor a more effective communicator? And also think about the money. So if the tutor is able to handle more students or all students instead of those students that they are comfortable with, wouldn't the tutor be able to make more money? So something to entice you here. So let's look at the second reason that the tutor may want to choose their student, is that due to they find that the student has a bad behavior, the student is naughty, or the student is lazy. Well, maybe what can help is to think that at the end of the day, that is why a student wants to have a one-to-one tuition, because the student itself is not able to concentrate in a group environment, e.g. in a school. So what should the tutor do? Well, I guess each tutor needs to decide on their own. It'd be easier for a tutor to make a decision, isn't it, if they have 2 students to choose from. But in this scenario, if they imagine if they are able to handle the student and help the student to progress, obviously both the parent and the student would appreciate that, and that is something for the tutor to consider, whether to choose or not to choose that student. The third reason that the tutor may want to choose a student, it is because of location. It would be ideal for tutors to work with students that is nearby. So it makes a lot of sense, isn't it? But the thing is that if the tutor have to travel somewhere much further, they have to consider the cost involved. What about the petrol cost involved, the time that it takes to travel all the way there? Probably there will be some toll involved. And also, what if the tutor stuck in a traffic jam? What is he going to do? So maybe a tutor can consider to add that in the final cost or the final rate that the tutor wants to propose to the student or the student's parents. So the fourth reason is timing. So maybe a particular slot that a new client prefers is already been taken. So what should the tutor do? Has the tutor considered all the possibilities? Is there another time slot that he might be able to fit in? Because in my experience, sometimes there are alternatives. So if we have like a timetable or a working schedule, then we'll be able to check which are the available slots. Are we able to fit in probably earlier in the morning or later at night? Probably we are able to switch the slot around. The tutor may need to adjust the slots, or probably the parent may be able to make some adjustment in terms of the schedule. So by considering all possibilities, then a tutor may be able to decide whether they are able to take the student or not. The fifth reason is terms of service. A particular student might find that it is difficult to accept the tutor's terms of service. So what should the tutor do? Should the tutor compromise with the student? Actually, if you are thinking about how to formulate a terms of service, I actually have a video regarding that. I'll be sure to include that in the description box below. So just like any product and service providers, they have their own terms and conditions, and it is the consumer to decide whether they want to accept or not accept the terms. So this one is a bit tricky. Should a tutor compromise? Well, I actually have 5 useful questions that is going to help a tutor to decide whether or not to compromise in terms of its terms and conditions. The first question is, are the terms reasonable? Number 2, how desperate are you to take on this job? The third question is, does my schedule allows me to be more flexible in adjusting to my client's needs? Question number 4, is it profitable for me in the long run if I compromise my terms? And number 5, am I able to regularly pay for all my bills on a monthly basis? So hopefully these 5 useful questions can help you as a tutor to decide whether to compromise your terms and condition if the student disagrees with it. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it, and see you again next time.